They want women who are strong, who are independent, who do not care what people think of them, so that they can beat them into being submissive and mold them to what they want.
They are dangerous. They are the ones who have access to senators and congressmen.
I was like, there's no reason for you to have them. Go ahead and delete that for me. Go ahead and log off for me.
Did he delete it?
Yeah.
They're gonna be 30, trying to settle down, and realize that all the good guys are taken.
Definitely more feminine than a lot of ladies in this chat, but he has lots of gay tendencies, and he might as well be.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
Funniest thing about the 4B movement is it always comes from women that look more masculine than the men that they're talking about. And you know the exact women I'm talking about that have like the septum piercings, the different color hair.
It never ceases to amaze me how there are women like her who love to pander to men. You're the last person that should be talking about different colored hair when we can see your roots. But also, who took your man? Was it a girl with different colored hair and a septum piercing?
Why does Big Shirley, the Spanish version, the Big Shirlita? Big Shirlita has a nerve to respond. Let me let her get it.
I think it was, because you wouldn't be doing this video. Seems a little too specific. And it's pretty bold of you to be talking about somebody's appearance and their looks, looking the way that you do. Tell me that you don't know what the 4B movement is all about without telling me that you don't know what the 4B movement is all about. The 4B movement came to be in response to how violent and toxic men can be, not to mention how our society is extremely misogynistic. What I can tell, your entire platform is all about being a pick-me. As a matter of fact, you state that you are a proud pick-me. I hope that works out for you. But knowing how these men are, they aren't going to pick you. They don't want women like you. If that were the case, you and Pearl would have already been wifed up at this point. They want women who are strong, who are independent, who do not care what people think of them, so that they can beat them into being submissive and mold them to what they want. Prime example of this is the Fresh and Fit podcast. I mean, look at those guys. They talk about women in the most despicable way possible. They pretty much berate them, and then come to find out, allegedly, that they date the same women that they trash talk and get them pregnant, allegedly. And it's ironic that it's always the same people who...
That's not a woman that he trash talks. That woman was Muslim. It was a woman he was dealing with. But let me let her continue.
Talk badly about women, who berate them, who state that they are high value or high value men that aren't really in a relationship. Women who are strong and independent do not tie their worth whether or not they are in a relationship, but clearly you do. Instead of trash talking women, perhaps you should do some inner work. It looks like you need it.
No, what she's doing is trying to restore order, right? Same thing. Well, Pastor Bros aren't doing that, but that's the same thing with Jizzle. It's not even about restoring order for Jizzle. It's about contribution, right? It's about contributing. It's about working together to move towards one goal. That's really what Jizzle is about. But one won't understand it. But you see what she's doing? Another woman, I gotta say it, fat feminist against a woman speaking truth. That will continue to happen. It will never stop. As long as we have this good old internet, it'll stop when TikTok is done. But then it'll be something else. It'll be Instagram, Facebook. Women will always find a way to get their word out. And usually it's lead to destruction, as you see from this woman here.
On the net about the 4B movement and, you know, as a reaction to passport bros and misogyny. And I get it. But, you know, what are we going to do about it? And also, is it really a thing? Because the videos that I've seen from the girlies that are actually in Korea are like, no, 4B movement is really not a thing. What is a thing is that we're working 23 hours of the 24 hours out of the day, and that raising kids is just too expensive. So the opposition to that, or the kind of legislation, the support, the community support you would have for that, would be stuff like better daycare, right? And that seems so progressive. But It's old. Universal child care was one of the core tenets of the second wave feminism, and it passed the Senate and the House. And you can imagine how hard that was and how hard it is now, how often things get bipartisan support, past the Senate and the House, and then President Nixon in 1971 vetoed universal child care because of this woman, Phyllis Schlafly. She and her Eagle Forum were a group of middle class housewives who said that things like feminism and universal child care would take away their rights as women to be home and be homemakers. So when you see this trad wife movement and you think, oh, that's just this funny little thing on the internet, they are dangerous. They are the ones who have access to senators and congressmen, and they lobby and they get what they want.
You know what's funny? Because she's breaking it down. This is how the feminist movement started. It was a bunch of housewives. This is true. This is true. But women always think it's all about independence. It's not about independence in doing away with men, right? Now they turned it into doing away with men, getting everything. They made it into the 3 or 4 movement, especially with women like Sprinkle nowadays. That's usually the spearheads of feminism nowadays. And that's not what it's all about. It's about family togetherness, really, right? And about women having more rights. And that was second wave. This third wave, woo, is something else.
Making progress.
Something tragic. And what are we going to do about it? Nothing. That's why guys are leaving.
If you want to have a real change where people can be true feminists and choose to have children and have them be supported by the community or not have children at all, then you're going to have to make like serious attitude changes and policy changes.
It's not that. I think she missed the point. I think what's wrong is a lot of women don't realize it wasn't supposed to be this way, right? With, oh, you hate men, women deserve everything equal. It wasn't supposed to be this way. She's talking about second wave. That's how it was supposed to be. Now, what we have now is something else.
I asked my boyfriend to delete his social media.
Was he using to make money?
No, he was not. He just had social media because everybody has a Facebook, everybody has an Instagram, so he just had them. And I was like, there's no reason for you to have them. Go ahead and delete that for me. Go ahead and log off for me.
Did he delete it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is the definition of happy wife, happy life. Now, I don't think I would personally ask my partner to delete his social media accounts just because I don't want him to be on social media, because I feel like that's not fair. Everyone has the right to choose what they want to do. I don't control him. If that works for them, then that's great. It's nice to see how some men will do whatever it takes to make their woman happy.
It's true. A lot of panderers out there. And that guy should have stood up for himself. Like, no, why am I deleting my social media? Right? Do you have Facebook? Okay. Delete your Facebook, delete your Instagram. I would love to hear more of that. I don't think that was a long enough dialogue for me to see if she's a good woman, because she doesn't sound like a good woman. Oh, you delete everything. I have to control. Why a woman trying to take on man roles nowadays? It's getting out of hand.
All the girls that are being 20 right now in absolute in the club, whatever not, in 10 years they're going to be 30, trying to settle down and realize that all the good guys are taken. They're going to complain that they were ran through their whole life.
We do not care.
But while they were partying for the past 10 years, all the good girls got cuffed by the good guys. And so now when they look at all the men that are options, they're going to be competing with the now 20-year-old good girls and be stuck. Why? Because all the good guys are gone. You missed your chance being a...
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything. Down to the last minute detail.
It's not funny for older women, right? They're realizing it. And what's happening is some of them are tolerating the younger guys. That's what happens. It's like a vicious cycle that continuously happens, right? Hit the club all their life, bang random dudes. then hit 40, continue with some women are doing that. They continue with it and then realize they're broken when it's too late. Right? When it's too late, when nobody's there to be there for them, to help them through bad times, because a lot of guys are checking out. A lot of guys, you have passport bros, you have drizzle happening, you have guys that just don't want to deal anymore, right? There's so many guys that are staying to themselves and focusing on their career and focusing on their family, right? Doing whatever they can to not deal with the nonsense happening nowadays. Can you fault guys for it? No, you can't. Why would a guy want to choose a woman that's used goods?
Don't lay down with any boy in his soft boy era. Don't lay down with anything more feminine than you. Okay. And some of these guys in the comments are definitely more feminine than a lot of ladies in this chat.
Seeing no evil, hearing no evil.
Okay. Don't lay down with them. Because they're definitely in the closet.
All y'all cash up y'all.
At least subconsciously. You don't want to date a guy who's
How are you in the closet subconsciously? But let me let her explain.
consciously in the closet. Now, what this means is he might not be gay, but he has lots of gay tendencies, and he might as well be. The only thing that's straight about him is his preference. So,
shame is one of the 4 major arrows of a low value woman.
when I say,
So, because you're not spending money on the woman, the only thing that's not gay about you is your preference. So, they're trying to dictate manhood. A real man, that's what she's going to say. And she said it herself. She couldn't do what she did back in the day. She couldn't do what she did now, what she did back in the day. It wouldn't work. Of course it wouldn't work because men have waken up. And then she calls him Dusty. But let me let her finish.
you dating the soft boy era, I'm not homophobic at all. I'm dustophobic. All right. Because it takes a masculine man to create himself and to be the type of man that women actually are attracted to. Okay. So if you're going to be in your subconscious closet as a drizzle, what you call it, soft boy era dude, the only women you're going to attract are Pick Misha and Barbara the Builders. And those type of women will only hold you back, literally.
So a Pick Misha and a Barbara the Builder is only going to hold you back. How is that? By not draining your resources? So you draining my resources motivates me to work hard. Yo, this is what she's saying. And women are following her. Like you gotta sit down and go, wait a minute, what did she just say? What? And this is our hero.
Yes, I'm dustophobic. And a lot of you dusties are living your best feminine life, but still acting straight. But subconsciously and mentally, you're really a feminine person, and all your traits are feminine because you don't have any masculine get up and go get this money.
Shaming tactics meant to keep you stuck. People who can't win the argument tend to use shaming tactics.
All you want to be is taken care of and thought of as the prize and chased. So to me, that's the woman. That's the feminine aspect of you that's taking over.
No, it's not. Listen. And guys have awakened, right? All drizzle is saying, really, when you break it down to the core, not to chase a woman for no reason, right? Of course, they're comical with it. They joke a lot of times, but a lot of what they say is to be taken serious. Because if you're in a relationship, once it becomes long-term, then that's when drizzle comes into effect a lot of the times. Because when it starts to turn long-term, when we're in a relationship, oh yeah, it's give and take now, right? It may not be 50-50 split down the middle, but a guy doesn't want to pay 100%. A guy doesn't want to be the only one giving gifts. He wants to receive too. That's what a relationship is about.
Relationships are about give and take.
And eventually, that's what a marriage is about. Give and take. not just take. All Drizzle is saying is sprinkle is dead.
He ain't lying.
What you're doing and how you're making your money, because you're the main one, that's dead. Guys are no longer standing for it. Right? So all these women, but this is what makes women mad. They're learning all of this stuff from Shera, and guys are saying, no, drizzle. So it's like, wait a minute. My money is fading. It's fading away. I'm losing my money. So I have to do whatever to bash shit. And it's not going to work. Guys have already said, no, we're not standing for it because they realize
This is the way.
passport, bro. Passport. No. It's definitely more to life than going through that.